Hello and welcome back to War Sales, and I'm just gonna give you a brief disclaimer, heads up here. I haven't had a lot of sleep, so it is very likely that I will make even less sense than normal. I know. It's almost impossible to even think that is going to be a thing. But yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up there about that, just in case I end up speaking a bunch of gibberish and nothing makes sense. So, you know. Hopefully that's not going to happen, but who knows, right? Because the funny thing is, just to put this into perspective, I literally started recording about 4 minutes ago, and I didn't turn my mic on. Yes, I didn't turn my mic on, so I was like speaking to myself, and I thought to myself, I am actually a bit tired then, aren't I? Usually that never happens, you know? Usually that never happens. Not anymore, at least. It used to happen a little bit to me, you know, a number of years ago. I used to continually forget sometimes to turn on the mic, but nowadays that doesn't happen to me. Pretty much never. So, you know, funnily enough, it did happen this time around. Very, very pleased to actually have this two-handed, though. This is insane. The amount of damage that we can deal with this thing is absolutely incredible. I really, really love it. It's one of those things, it's one of those experiences that you kind of just go, you know what? You need to use this. You need to use it, you know, to fully understand the enormity of how good and how fun the two-handed axe is actually. Really needs to be experienced. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a... It's a thing that basically, it's like, let me see if I can think of the words here. It is literally like, when you're not using it, you miss it. You know what I mean? It's literally like that. That's what I'm talking about. Because if you are like me and you have like a bunch of different weapons, because let's face it, I actually really like using a polearm in field battles, which is hilarious because I never used to really like doing that, but now obviously I do, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, so what I'm saying is polearms versus one-handed versus two-handed, all of those things, they all have different levels of satisfaction. Obviously a one-handed, I'm just going to tell my guys to charge in because apparently they're being very, very passive right now. Not sure why they're doing that. Anyway, yeah, so they have all different types of gameplay styles. One-handed, most notably, is supposed to be for close quarters combat. It's going to be exceedingly good for beating enemies off and making sure that they don't get any action whatsoever. You're going to make sure that they are just crowded out, basically, with your movement speed. Basically, movement speed, attack speed, everything above the board right there. Just pretty much making sure that the enemy doesn't have any way of retaliating against you because you're attacking so fast and you're moving so quickly. And that's basically, you know, what one-handed is for. But when it comes to two-handed, the satisfaction level is completely different. It just goes from, you know, you being able to, you know, do pretty good damage. Don't get me wrong. One-handed does a lot of damage if you have the right perks and everything. And obviously I am maxed out in terms of one-handed, right? You know, I have, you know, 288, 289 in one-handed skills, so it's very, very obvious that we would have, you know, a significant power behind that. But then you have to think about how amazing it is to then equip a two-handed and go cleaving through the enemy forces. I think that's just so fun, and that is a lot more fun, in my opinion, when you've been away from it for a while. And that's exactly what's happened here. I haven't used my two-handed for quite some time, and yet look at what happened. We just absolutely went in there and just destroyed every single opponent that we could get our hands on, pretty much. Every single one that was in range, we basically went like, yes, cleave, and so on and so forth. And it really did so. Look at this. Look at how exciting this is. It's just too fun. Just too fun. And that's exactly the reason why I'm such a huge two-handed convert now. I used to be a guy that was literally just like, yeah, okay, shields, I want my shields. Yeah, you know, all that stuff. Going for shields, going for one-handed swords, And that would be pretty much it. That would be my bag the entire time. However, as it stands right now, I personally believe that two-handed and polearm actually might be superior to one-handed, which is, well, I mean, think about it. That is not really, that's not very, well, shall we say, conducive to living. Because if you're obviously in a situation where you have light armor, or let's just say you're playing at the beginning of the game, or even in the mid-game when you don't have particularly good armor or anything like that, you're going to get shot, inevitably. And you have a two-handed, you don't have a shield equipped, and say you have a polearm equipped, or whatever, two-handed, polearm, doesn't matter. And you have either one of these, and you're going to get shot, and you're going to take massive damage. And so, obviously, if you don't have a shield, that's what's going to happen. But I guess it depends. I guess that's the risk that you take, isn't it? That's the risk that you take going for those kinds of weapon types. And the potential satisfaction level is obviously going to be based on that. It's going to literally be like, well, maybe you're going to get lucky, maybe you're not going to get lucky, and I guess that's what it comes down to in the end. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I have no idea. Am I making any sense? I don't know. Probably not, actually. So let's just move on, I guess. Anyway, I am playing on the newest version of the game. I believe the newest version, it just got updated. Literally, I think, when did it get updated? Wait a minute. It got updated 4 days ago. Wait a minute. It got updated 4 days ago, and I didn't even realize because I was playing on a different branch the entire time, and so I don't recognize when the game actually gets updates. Oh, I don't realize when that happens because I am literally being like, yes, I went through the beta drop-down menu, and I did all of that wonderful stuff that I normally do to make sure that I always have compatibility with my save games and stuff like that. That's the reason why I do that. It's exceptionally useful, just in general, because I want to make sure that I don't lose progress in a series. You know, that would be pretty terrible, wouldn't it? Anyway, point is, they updated the game, and it has some significant updates, actually. Some very, very good ones that I am very pleased to see. For me personally, I'd still like to see Shipmaster be increased in regards to how fast it is to level up, because Shipmaster to me feels still very, very slow. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to put some more focus points in it or something like that. But I mean, you can see here we look at this. We have ×6. I have a ×6 learning rate, and you can see how, I mean, look at this. We've been riding around on the ocean waves, and I'm not even at 75. It feels very slow still, which is pretty harsh. Bosun skill, obviously, as you can see right there, actually doing pretty nicely on that. And, well, all of my combat skills are obviously maxed out and everything, and we do have Mariner skill obviously maxed out too, which is really, really nice. And, yeah, I mean, I think this character is probably one of the strongest I've made so far. Obviously, you have to bear in mind that we don't have medicine skill being one of the most powerful perk trees in the game, if not the most powerful. It depends on what you want it for, obviously, but generally medicine is amazing for, well, pretty much every use case. You know, you go into a siege and you are just going to absolutely destroy pretty much, well, pretty much everyone and everything, because Minister of Health as a perk is amazing. It's probably one of the, it's probably maybe even the most powerful perk in the entire game. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure about that. Don't quote me on that, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. Anyway, I'm just going to give this to Mr. Ospier. I'm going to give that to him because he's probably going to have a great time actually managing this, because this is obviously Vlandian culture. It makes sense, right? It makes sense for us to give it to him. So we're otherwise just going to be donating a bunch of grain here. Hopefully that's going to help him out a little bit. And okay, do we have any herding problems? No, we don't have any herding problems. Okay, so I'm literally just going to sell absolutely every single thing that I can here. There we go. We got 5 skill points. Okay, 5 skill points in trade. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not really looking for trade right now, but it's nice nevertheless. Let's have a look, see here. We got some people in disorganized state, so we probably want to murder them. We probably want to murder them immediately. Hello there, friends. No, they're running away from me, and they just so happen to be faster than I am. That's very frustrating. That's exactly what happens when you fight enemies that primarily have mounts. They really do. They primarily have mounts, and it's obviously going to make a big difference. You know, and primarily cavalry-based forces are always annoying to deal with when it comes to, you know, chasing them down and everything. Oh, we have Iltos. He might actually be coming in to help us out again. That would be amazing. What an MVP he is. Yes, look at that. He is literally playing like an MVP right now. This is crazy. This is almost I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how to liken this, to be honest. Is this the 90s Chicago Bulls, or is this I don't know, Golden State's run in the, you know, 2010s, or what is this? I don't know. what kind of thing can we call this? What kind of I mean, I only know basketball. Sorry, I only know basketball. I don't know any other sports. So yeah. Yeah, I was gonna parody like handball or something like that, but you know, handball can be kind of hard. So yeah, you got that. Anyway, let's have a look. See here, we'll just level up some of these, and I think we'll probably just build these trebuchets, take down the walls, and then just go straight on in. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of all the trebuchets, and we're just gonna go straight on in, like I said. And now, obviously, if this is anything like the previous siege, which I'm kind of hoping it's gonna be, obviously, this is the thing. We don't really want to go into castles primarily. We are looking for towns. We want to capture towns as much as we possibly can. Unfortunately, I kind of just went over here because I thought to myself, well, this is closest. We might as well go here, right? Yeah, that was the entire reason for me coming over here. Nothing else, which is kind of funny in itself, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. In the grand scheme of things, we are fine because we already have the walls down. I should probably go in here to protect myself from being absolutely massacred. He says as he gets... How did that guy actually shoot me from round there? Did you see that? That's actually staggering. Oh, what? Okay, yeah, I might be dead here, friends. Might be dead here. Or maybe not, maybe not. I might be okay. I might be alright. There we go. I'm just gonna shield block whenever I get attacked, and then we'll be otherwise fine. And hopefully my forces will do a relatively good job at what they're doing here. I did drag some people outside, which I suppose is pretty decent. The question is, can I actually survive the rest of this battle? Probably not, right? Let's actually just kill this guy if we can. There we go. Vlandian Norta. Oh, wow. A naughty, sir. A naughty, Norta. Indeed. Yeah, we don't want him, you know, just poking his head about here. We do want him to get absolutely massacred and go away from us. Thank you. Yeah, we've got massive travel speed now on our thrown weapons, which I have to admit is making a huge difference to our overall viability at range. So that's making big waves in the world of throwing weapons. Yes, it's the throwing weapons under 30. Yes. Oh, dearie me. Okay, yeah. Anyway, point is, once we have 250 in throwing weapons, that's the reason why I was trying to use them, use them a little bit, we are going to be getting Impale. And Impale is one of the most amazing perks in the game, and I say this every single time I mention a perk now for some reason. I always go, yes, this is the most powerful perk. This is one of the most powerful perks. What a powerful perk that is. And yeah, okay, fine. There are actually some pretty powerful perks in the game. And yeah, that's, I mean, you'd expect that, right? You know, considering there are literally hundreds of perks. I mean, how many perks are there actually? I don't even know what the total is. Isn't it like 166 or something like that? I actually don't know. Anyway, the point is, once we get Impale, we are going to be able to use throwing weapons to penetrate enemies and their shields. I mean, penetrate enemies' shields. Yes, we can penetrate their shields. That's it. Yes. And that's exactly what we want, because any single time you just throw a javelin, you're going to be like, oh yeah, okay, I really want to hit that guy. And then you're going to think, oh, I couldn't hit him because he had a shield. Like that, for example, just now. Did you see that? I hit this guy's shield, wasn't able to do any damage, got basically no skill for it whatsoever. Oh, got shot in the face. All right. Yep, that happens. That happens. Not a big fan, but I am going to be looking for... Wow, so many people. What? I have so many vassals and stuff like that in here. This is actually crazy. Okay, so Alder has now advanced. She has 150 in athletics. I have to admit, I am extremely impressed with her, to be honest. She also has throwing skill. She has a good amount of throwing skill too. I'm using one of these Stygian Druznik champions, or whatever they're called. And I've actually never really rated these guys. I've never really thought to myself, oh, you know what I could really use right now? A Stygian Druznik champion. No, I've never ever thought that in my life. So I've got to say, I feel like maybe they're underrated. I don't know. Maybe they're underrated. Maybe they're actually a lot better than I think. I mean, I have played with the Swadians. Why do I want to say Sturgians? Of course, Sturgians. Don't know why I want to say Swadians. Anyway, the point is, yeah, Sturgians, I have played with them before. I have an entire series where we play as a Viking, and, well, hilariously enough, some very amusing things happen with our spouses. Yes, spouses. Multiple spouses, yes. So, yeah, that was interesting. We played Viking-based, basically. We played kind of like a Viking, because obviously Nords weren't actually in the game yet. And I was like, yeah, let's do a Viking thing, you know? Let's do a Viking theme. I think that that really was very fun. Obviously, we had some issues. But the fact is, I don't know, I didn't really use these guys that much, did I? I don't even remember, actually, unfortunately. It was such a long time ago now, but yeah. Anyway, they really are apparently pretty good. Is that true? I don't know. It feels like they're pretty good. Yeah, I can't command my forces. I just have to let my forces do their own thing. This is the reason why my guys are literally doing some random stuff right now. They were just standing there watching the enemy do damage to them or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. Anyway, we did manage to take Hongard Castle. And yeah, that's actually pretty nice. 40 renown for us right there. Actually, not too bad. The question is, do we have anything else that we can take here? Yeah, Vlandian Norta. I will take that. Try to convert those as best as we possibly can. Increased charge damage by 30%. That actually could be amazing, but I personally really enjoy the 15% damage reduction from ranged attacks. I think that is going to be the foremost thing that we have to think about here. I think that is literally going to be super amazing, because I don't know whether you noticed, but whenever we get shot by someone, it's always seemingly doing pretty much nothing. It basically does nothing for the opponent. I mean, it does do some, obviously, but 15% is better than 0, so, you know, why not? Okay, an early thaw and a warm spring has ensured a bumper crop, which the prayers of the villagers and the efforts of the local cats have protected from rats and birds. Okay, so let's have a look. Increase Hongard Castle's prosperity. Increase the hearth of each bound village. Yeah, we're going to say, thank heaven and the spirits of the land and make merry. That's what we're going to do. Increase morale, increase the hearth of each bound village, increase the prosperity. Basically, this is the best option for that particular random event, in my opinion, because generally having relation with people is great. Having hearths of the villages increase as well. Usually hearth increases result in much more revenue. At least that's what I think, in comparison to prosperity. And we're going to see... okay, yeah, we don't really need to worry about any of that. Ooh, 1,100 people. 1,100 people. Okay, this is going to be very harsh. If Iltus is not around... Is he coming? No, he's traveling somewhere else. He might be coming over here in just a moment. I hope he does. Yes, he is. Okay. That is amazing. That is very useful for him to come over here. Let's just hope that he actually makes it in time before these guys actually clobber me, because they are going to do it. And they're probably going to come in with the garrison itself. That's 580 troops, and I'd prefer... Ooh, there we go. He actually just about made it. He's actually going into a bunch of battles right now. Look at this guy. He's absolutely destroying. And maybe... There we go, there we go. He has actually now finally joined us, which is amazing in itself, because literally we were just about to be attacked. I'm pretty sure we were extremely close to that eventuality, and the very real possibility that we could have been defeated. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, you could see already the reason why I'm not able to starve them out. I don't know why that's not happening. Sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes they literally just refuse. They just refuse to not need food. And yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a bloodbath here. Hopefully we're going to be okay. It very much depends on how our vassals are, how they're going to react. Obviously, I think, full HP by now. It has been quite some time since our previous engagement. Where am I? Oh, they're all the way over there. Wow, that was fast. Okay. I wasn't expecting my Huskarls to be already over there. That was very, very quick. Okay, well, what's actually going on with the gamma, by the way? Is the gamma really, really bright to you as well? It feels very bright for me for some reason. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Anyway, we're just going to try and... Ooh, yeah, hit him in the sunshine, not shining place. Yeah, there we go. That's a good way of describing... Oh, that was a nice hit. Oh, I like that. Oh, yes, very nice. Oh, yeah. See, now, this is exactly the reason why, generally... You do not really want to underestimate travel speed. And it's quite funny as well, because I've always done that. I have literally always thought to myself, I don't need travel speed. That's completely useless, right? No, actually, it is pretty good. As far as I can see right here. I mean, it does seem to be inflicting a lot of extra damage, just purely because the thrown weapon in question is just doing so much more. It has so much more mobility, so much more speed when it's traveling through the air. Obviously, that's the whole point, you know, travel speed. That's what it's for. That's what it does. And so, yeah, it's actually really, really nice. I mean, look at what I could do here. I can literally just throw it up here, and they just immediately die. And I don't even need to. I don't need to angle it super, super high up or anything like that. Usually, with the other speed, or should we say the default speed, you would have to angle it in such a way so that the curvature of the thrown weapon would be almost perfect. You'd have to make sure that it would be almost perfect, and it would be very, I wouldn't say difficult, but I would definitely say it would be more challenging to actually hit with the thrown weapon. But the travel speed makes it so that the drop of the weapon is not so large. You could see exactly how much damage I mean, literally, we just did, what is it, 500 damage or something like that. Funnily enough, we've done over 1,000 damage with thrown weapons before. And it just goes to show that stuff changes extremely easily. It's dependent on a number of factors, obviously, but it just goes to show that, you know, we do have the ability to inflict very, very high damage, very high burst damage windows here and there. However, one thing to be aware of, you technically only really need to deal about 120 to maybe 110 to 120 damage in one hit to be able to one-shot a lot of the troops. And I'm mostly talking about people that don't have Minister of Health, of course. If someone has Minister of Health, then props to them, because it must have taken a while to level up, because medicine skill does seem to take quite some time. And indeed, then you also have to think about the fact that there are a number of other perks that will provide similar benefits, and it's probably an idea to be a little bit more aware that these things exist, because they can then do a lot, right? Like, for example, thick hide, unwavering defense. That's literally already 15 HP as far as I'm aware. Unless thick hide is 3 HP, but I think it's 5. I don't know. I think it's 5. I can't really remember right now, but yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Generally, the ability to just see the good, you know, see the good in wherever you are, and I think that that's actually a perfect scenario most of the time. Obviously, it very much depends on who you are, depends on who you're fighting and everything, and I'm not making any sense. I just caught myself. Yep, I just caught myself. Me not making any sense. That's what happens. That's what happens. Okay, my apologies. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, if I can refocus my effort into actually making sense here, what I'm trying to say is that if you actually are capable of... Now I've just completely lost the plot. I have no idea what I was even talking about now. That's great. That's fantastic. Well, I don't know what I was talking about, but I assure you, you probably know what I was getting at. I mean, let's face it, I mostly make my point in the first 2 seconds, and then I literally just spend the entire time either dancing around the point or making the point again and again and again for the next 5 minutes. Yeah, that generally tends to be the case, doesn't it? I should probably not do that. Dearie me. Okay, well, whatever the case, actually, my forces are doing an extremely nice job right here. Look at this. This is actually very, very nice. Alder is leveling up so dramatically as well. I'm really, really pleased to see that, because she's going to become so incredibly powerful if we can get her medicine skill leveled up. It's going to be amazing. If we can get it leveled up, obviously. It's a bit of a tough ask sometimes. This guy's shield is going to get destroyed. Yep, there we go. I love that as well. Anytime I can destroy someone's shield, it's such a satisfying action to take, because you just hear that wonderful, enjoyable crunching sound of the wood breaking, and then obviously you have that really nice level up sound as well. And we do like that, don't we? Yes, we do like that. And obviously the sound when you hit someone with a thrown weapon as well, that is an extremely satisfying sound. That's the reason why I actually kind of like thrown weapons, because they do that really, really nice, basically one-shot kill, and it's just like, yes, that's it. That guy is dead. That guy is out of here. Not bothering me anymore, because he's dead. His demise has been foretold. And we need to be a little bit careful of these crossbowmen as well. The crossbowmen do have the ability to actually inflict a lot of damage. And you can see that obviously from the previous siege as well. We actually had some pretty big issues dealing with the crossbowmen and the headshots that they can give you. And the funny thing is, these sharpshooters, they're not even the strongest crossbowmen in the game anymore. I believe the Empire actually have the strongest crossbowmen. I could be wrong about that, but I think they are. And I believe that is indeed it. I'm going to zoom through the rest, because I don't know whether you noticed, but, well, we actually performed remarkably well right there. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought I was dead for a second there, but no, I actually pulled out the basically half dead in real life, half dead in the game. Kind of weird skill diff, I guess. There's definitely a skill diff between me and some Vlandian recruits. I mean, there should be at this point, right? I mean, that would be hilarious if I was still on the same skill level as these guys. But yeah, as you can see, these fellows are literally just running out. They are just funneling themselves into the exit, and that's absolutely fine with me. For some reason, we still have one or handful. Yep, there we go. Handful of units still remaining. We're fine, though. And there you go. We're done. That's it. There's a wonderful, wonderful victory for us right there. We've now taken yet another town. You can see here the amount of vassals that are outside. We just got 139. Wow, that's actually crazy. Okay, so the question is, do we want to let her go? Yes, we do want to let her go. So we're just going to let some people go here. Maybe we'll try and see whether we can actually... maybe we could take some of them, you know, take some of them prisoner. Maybe we could try to convert them or something like that. I mean, it's highly unlikely, let's face it. It's very, very unlikely that they will end up joining us at any point. But you never know. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe there will be someone that will be like, yes, I would love to join you, like Austria, you know, because we obviously did get him, and that was kind of against the odds, wasn't it? I think that was definitely against the odds. Okay, so there we go. We've now taken every single one of those guys prisoner, which is fantastic. And now our relation with the Salty has decreased. How? Why has that decreased? With the Salty, it's because he's dishonorable and he wants to kill everyone. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to give this to myself, and then I will be giving it to Ospir after this, because he has -9 relation with us, and he already has something. Ooh, Botanian trade agreement, very nice. I will definitely do that, thank you very much. That sounds very, very good indeed. We can do a Crusade one as well, very nice. Okay, I like this. Huge amounts of cash coming our way right now, thanks to that trade agreement. I have no idea whether that's actually the case. I just know that whenever we have a trade agreement, money seems to just flow into our coffers like the River Nile itself. I mean, really, how can you say no to that, right? Even though, to be fair, if you were to have an actual river flow into your wallet, you'd probably not be very pleased. But obviously that's not the case here. You know, we don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, so we have 638 units of food, which I think should be fine. I'm a little bit worried about that actually, but let's just make do with what we have here. Seems like my forces are doing a relatively decent job of just placing people in here and everything. And indeed, wait a minute. Did I not give this to myself? I did give this to myself, didn't I? I'm going to give this to myself as well. Wait a minute. Am I hallucinating or something, or didn't we already do this? I think we already did that, but apparently not. Okay, I'm going to give that to Mr. Ospir now. Did I take Hongard Castle? Oh, I took ownership of Hongard Castle. Okay, I don't want this. I don't want this one. I'm going to give that to Ospir as well. There we go. All right, so now he has a wonderful little triumvirate here. He has Jaculan, he has Hongard, and he has Galend. And after that, I'm basically just going to be giving a bunch of other people. That's it. Just going to be giving a bunch of other people and see what's going on with that. You can see here, though, caravan, convoy, and party income, 3,186. I must admit, I do think that a convoy is 1,000 times better than a regular caravan. That does seem to be the case for me. I don't know whether that's actually true across the board. I haven't done enough testing on it, obviously. War Sales has only been out for a very small amount of time, so generally I haven't done and explored every single aspect of the game just yet, but convoys do seem to be the play instead of caravans. If you're trying to make passive money, that is, obviously. I don't know what to go for. I guess I'll go for the last point in bosun skill here, and then should I level up something else? Like what? What should I level up? I guess control skill, right? Yes, control skill is the way to go here, because now what I can do is I can potentially respec athletics skill, and I can take that point out of strong, and I can put it into steady, and that gives me a control attribute, which would get me to 7 control, which would then enable me to get to 275 in throwing skill, and then we would max out yet more of our skills, which would be amazing. That would be extremely, extremely cool. And it does seem as though these guys are, in fact, leaving, which is very, very surprising. I thought they would go basically straight on in here. And we're going to see... actually, you know what? I'm going to do something real fast here. Oh. We don't have any of them. I assume they're in the dungeon. Yes, they are. Okay. So the question is, do we want to speak... I think we do want to speak. Let's go and speak. Do I really? I can't speak. Ah, yeah, it's because I don't own the. It's because I don't own the prison. I mean, I don't own the town. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? I highly doubt we're actually going to be able to do anything here, to be honest. I think this is going to be basically pointless. It's very cool, though, that you do get to see the prison, and look at how large this place is. It's actually kind of crazy how large this is, to be honest. Wow, okay, very, very detailed, too. What's actually going on here? Wow, okay, yeah. They've got loads of cells. Very impressive. Very, very impressive indeed. Wow. What? It goes even further? This is crazy. Okay. Hello, I will speak to you. My name is Borgar. Would you like... it's nothing. Okay, apparently nothing. Yes. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to try to convince her to join us or something like that, but no, that's not going to happen. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.